Alright, boys. Should we watch the new Barny video? They just came out with the last part of the SCARAB Lord Adventure by Barny, the final installation of the video. Okay, are you guys ready? Get your popcorn out. We're gonna watch the new Barny video. The Rogue Who Ran Out of Time, Barny's SCARAB Lord Adventures, World of Warcraft Classic. Here it is, guys.
The end.
By the way, I fell through the map into Caverns of Time and I can't get out, so if anyone could send help, I'd really appreciate it. Please send help. I can't leave.
You're not getting out.
I'm fucking stuck. Like, I'm actually fucking stuck.
You're gonna stay stuck. You ain't getting out of that shit.
I've got 11 minutes on my Hearthstone as well. This is actually tragic. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, man. I'm about to head out, so...
No, you can't leave me. You can't leave me alone in the Caverns of Time.
Sorry, man.
I remember when I first got here for the first time, man. It was pretty sick, too.
I don't know what to tell you. Like,
it was a
I
new
really
world,
do have business
you know?
to attend to.
I'm sure you do. I'll see you later.
Oh.
He really left. I can't believe this.
It's like a test?
I guess I'll just look around then.
Oh.
I've heard tales of a cavern deep where timelines
season.
converge and dragons sleep. If on your journey this place you meet, do not eat the sand. Turn and run. Do not delve down. Leave at once. Forget what's found. And pray you do not make a sound. Do not eat the sand. Temporal sickness, fractured mind are all that await should you try to peer into the depths of time. Do not eat the sand. Alas, no, I've seen it all, and in this timeline, as I recall, on deaf ears my warnings fall, because you eat the sand.
Oh. Do not eat the sand, man. He ate the sand.
Man, I don't even. Whoa.
Don't eat the sand, guys.
Shouldn't be here.
Oh, that's a big dragon. Listen, I actually didn't want to be here in the first place. I fell through the ceiling. I was fighting a warlock. God, I promise this is the truth.
Yes. Most visitors relay some version of that tale to me.
Oh, thank God. See,
It has never saved anyone before.
What? Well, then I can be the first. You don't have to eat me. You could just give me, a lifelong ban until next.
I have no idea what's happening right now, but hey, I'm in for the ride, okay?
Expansion, because I do need to come back here for 2 dungeons and a raid.
You're a funny one, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know about.
Next expansion, he says.
Yeah?
As a rogue.
Yeah?
You did not see everything.
Hello? Can I just leave then? What does that mean? Hey, I saw what would have happened if I...
Forget.
Oh, see, that has your attention. Hey, what if I was to eat them?
You must never meet them.
I said eat them.
What is happening?
My cavern is not the shortcut to you learning the arcane arts.
Oh, so you do think it would work?
Leave immediately.
Yeah, I'm gone. Hearthstone away!
That one's going to be trouble.
What just happened? Okay. I think the video starts now, yeah? That was very dank. Dude, I don't know what Barny does when they're editing, but, you know, I need some of that, you know? In loving memory of my mental well-being. That is truly spoken as a true WoW Classic player. Yeah. Yep. Special thanks to you for watching. Hey, that's us. Look at that. Okay.
Oh, if it isn't my favorite regular, good to see you again. What would be the usual? They should really call me Barney, barkeeper, right? No, but the bees are very important. I need their honey for the mead that you're drinking. What's that? Video when? What the fuck are you talking about? I don't make... Oh, wait. That was what I was supposed to do last year. That was before. I miss when things were simple. Well, I suppose you've waited long enough. Now, where did I leave you? Oh, I remember. My hard drive had just crashed and I lost everything. That's pretty bad. But then I got bumped up to 11 on the SCARAB.
Dude, it's been so long since we watched the previous video. I kind of like forgot. I forgot. It's like a whole year. But yeah, okay. I think I'm remembering now what happened in the last video. He's doing the SCARAB Lord grind, and is 11th on the list of getting the mount. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens.
Upload list. That's pretty good. However, before we jump back into Silithus for the conclusion to this epic tale, there are 2 elephants in the room I need to quickly address. Elephant 1. Chronologically, this doesn't happen until several weeks after the entire AQ event had ended, but spoiler alert, my data was eventually recovered. That's pretty good. I very much appreciate all the kind messages offering recovery advice, software keys, and even financial assistance to help cover the recovery costs. But, and I mean this in the most undickhead way possible, guys, how do you think I made those first 2 videos if the footage wasn't eventually recovered?
That do make sense more.
I promise I'm not trying to come for your critical thinking abilities, okay? I know most of you are American. That's pretty bad. But yeah, it turns out when you're a content creator and you complain about technical stuff on Twitter, sometimes you get contacted by epic social media specialists who work for, I don't know, let's say, Western Digital. You know, only the leading brand in data storage who want to not...
I fucking hate Twitter, man. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say, if I wasn't like a content creator, Andy, I would not be having Twitter at all. I barely even use it, man. I'm so bad at it, dude. I need to be, as a content creator, I should be better at it, but I can't be bothered, man. It's, yeah.
Not only attempt to fix your hard drives for free, but also send you extra hard drives for free to make sure this kind of thing never happens to you again, because... because I make video game videos. Naturally, I agreed. Only a loser says no to a free win, and... Man, I really needed that win. But wait, there's more. After Western Digital supplied me with multiple new hard drives totaling 5 terabytes of storage and recovered 95% of my original data, I candidly spoke to their social media specialist in regards to my being able to even tell you that this happened because I have social anxiety and I thought I had to ask permission. Because I really wanted you guys to know that they literally saved this video series, and I don't mean just data-wise. I mean, if it wasn't for that DM on that day that my hard drive crashed telling me that there's still hope, I don't know that I...
Maybe I should start using Twitter more, you know?
I would have even had the motivation to continue, even with me being bumped to number 11 on the SCARAB Lord list. So I said that, and they responded, would you like us to sponsor episode 3? Wow, would I? And I was going to do that shit for free. So, if you're in the market for data storage, might I suggest WD Black? Don't get caught out like I did and nearly lose your life's work because you didn't back it all up like a moron. Browse numerous storage options today at shop.westerndigital.com. They saved this video series. They saved my channel, and most importantly, they saved my data. Elephant 2.
Dude, they saved the video and he made money doing it, dude. They sponsored it too. Actually, what a deal. Man, they saved the whole thing by giving him free hard drives and like getting this old footage back. And they also sponsored the video so they could make money. Dude.
Did I just spoil the ending and the title?
Gee.
Yes. But hear me out, okay? Before you come to my humble inn with your pitchforks and torches and thunder furies. Guys, it's been over a year since the Great Bug Farm of 2020. I play WoW every day, and I stream it too, twitch.tv/Barny. As much as I would like to say I smuggled the rarest mount in the game past the watchful eye of all my stream viewers and have kept it hidden away in the bank all this time in preparation for a grand reveal during TBC, the expansion that famously invalidates ground mounts faster than any other expansion to date, rendering the SCARAB Lord mount flex obsolete because it can't fucking fly? No. Sorry, I haven't just spent the last year using my raptor mount for the meme. I think it's just easier for us all, and it makes the narrative better if I just keep it real. And in saying that, some of the best media ever conceived opens with a spoiler. Romeo and Juliet, Pulp Fiction, This is Cope. But even so, I made a promise that I would see this event, this video series, this journey right through to its conclusion. And this is not where I gave up. Look at how long this fucking video is. You know I've been cooking up a good one. It might not have the ending some of us wanted, but in life, you gotta push that lucky charm until you can push it no further, because even if you don't sell it, they still have to show their back to walk away. This is the tale of a rogue who
Okay, yeah.
stood up against the odds, spat in the face of fate and said, "My failure is on my own terms." This is the tale of a rogue who struggled to the bitter end, giving nothing but 100% at every opportunity so that even defeat might be a proud moment. This is the tale of the rogue who ran out of time.
Oh. Okay.
And of course, our story continues in Silithus. Wow.
Silithus.
Why am I sick of this fucking desert? I had just reinstalled World of Warcraft.
I have spent so much time in Silithus, man. There was basically a period in my streaming life where I spent all day, every single stream, 7 days a week, running around in Silithus trying to find world PvP, killing bots half the time. Great times, man. Love Silithus. Would definitely go build sandcastles there again.
Warcraft onto a Sea of Thieves external hard drive I won in a Twitter contest for posting the funniest Sea of Thieves clip. Barny Beekeeper scholars will in the future refer to this moment in my streaming career as foreshadowing SCARAB Lord events, but I'd argue obtaining free hard drives due to funny internet video is just a character trait at this point and less of a narrative that I'm controlling, but I digress. I was back and ready to... Because there is no end to my suffering, hee hee. But when I logged in, I found Silithid horrors untold. And I don't mean the
dogs will be destroyed.
Slay all who...
I thought there was something off about that. There you go. Sorry. Sorry.
bugs. Oh my god, I have no add-ons. But that was not all. Oh my god, even if I re-download them, I won't have their settings saved.
Jesus.
But that was still not all.
By the way, the gates open in 5 days.
Wait, what? Remember how me and a bunch of my busy bees were using my untold riches to gatekeep the war effort's completion?
Oh, yeah.
Well, with me offline for a whole 24 hours trying to fix my hard drive, there was no one left to provide gold to the auction house sitters, which means that the war effort had been completed. There was now 5 days exactly until the gates would inevitably open, and there were still 3 SCARAB Lords ahead of me. I was running out of time. Now
I remember people used to go on like super dead servers to get a SCARAB Lord on that server. SCARAB Lord is such a oh my god, man. It does make sense, like it's cool, it's a cool achievement, but man, god damn, it's a stupid grind, dude. You're literally just killing bugs for like weeks. Like, oh, I don't know, man. It is what it is, I guess.
I could sit here and tell you about how for the next 2 days I farmed more bugs, which is exactly what happened, but I don't really think we need any more of that.
I think the video's pretty loud on my end.
Now, instead, I'd rather tell you about some of the notable people I met during my time in Silithus. Starting, of course, with... If you're playing World of Warcraft Classic for the PC on a roleplay server and someone whispers you,
"Wanna make 100 gold an hour?"
I would recommend you immediately block this person and log off for the next 24 hours just to be safe. Some things are better left unknown. Me, however? Well, I never could resist the call of the abyss. Also, I got bug brain, so I would have said yes to anything, to be honest.
Something you're doing?
Yes. Need this scumbag ally killed.
Ooh, my rat cleaning reputation was preceding me. Name and guild, please? I responded. Even though neither of these things actually mattered, I was trying to imply that there were certain Alliance members I wouldn't kill, especially since at this point we were leaning heavily into the collusion memes, even going as...
I think we can all agree that AQ patch is definitely the worst in Classic. Like, I don't even think it's close. It's not good, man, okay? I'm not a big fan of AQ40. I don't like AQ20. The war effort is like... I don't know, man. I spent whenever this war effort was out, by the way, boys, all I did was I ran around Silithus, ganked people who wanted to farm for their thing. I loved the AQ40 and the war effort. You're insane. For me, I did not really enjoy it that much, personally. I don't really think it's that great, okay? I'm not gonna lie. That's just how it is, man, okay? The actual SCARAB Lord quest grind is so much fun. Well, I can agree that some of it is fun. Like, actually, like, going outside in the world, killing that big shark, and killing, like, all those things. But having to grind, like, bucks for, like, literally, like, so long to get some SCARAB things is, like, kind of weird, I think. But, like, the rest of the chain is kind of cool, but yeah.
as far as to leak submission form 1072C to Reddit, which implied we would have to ask permission from an officer before being allowed to PvP anyone else.
Name is Camel Spider in TOW. He is in the S-hole in Ashy.
Wait, Hive Ashy? Oh no. There are very few blind spots in my bug farming timeline, but none so big as my Hive Ashy blind spot, and for good reason. Hive Ashy was consistently swarming with Alliance throughout the entire event. Alliance we had pushed out of Regal weeks prior, Alliance who were molding over the collusion, Alliance who would absolutely—
Oh my god. There was so much drama, man. Oh, dude, the drama, man. I remember on Ferlina, when I was playing on, they would literally have designated layers and specific hives to certain guilds, so that they could have like, this layer is only for Alliance, and we're gonna have this guild up here and this guild down there and this guild there, and you are not allowed to enter each other's zones. And like they would, oh my god, dude, that's like pure classic WoW degeneracy at its finest. You know?
Absolutely kill me on sight were I to show up, and believe me, I tried to make peace so as to document.
Hey, yeah, I'm a Grub SCARAB Lord documentarian, and I want to be able to also follow some Alliance SCARAB Lord contenders so the story isn't just Horde side, but rather the whole server. I was hoping to have a channel or something open so I can film around Alliance diplomatic PvP immunity. Haha. I know it's a big ask, but it'll be super dope for the video to show both Alliance and Horde contenders. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't think...
The Hive Ashy history,
I don't think classic WoW Spurks trying to farm for their SCARAB Lord cares much about that. I won't lie.
My PvP immunity could not be guaranteed, but let the record show, I really did try. Hive Ashy, the one place in Silithus I don't want to see any closer. And the one place I'm definitely just gonna go to. Lol. Oh, you didn't think I was gonna turn down a hit that would have me sneaking into the most densely populated Alliance zone on the map, did you? I live for this, sis. I sprinted into the next room over to steal a rich thorium vein from Fiber.
Yo, Barny, fuck off.
I got prepped too, and snuck away from my Hive Regal farming duties. I would surely not be present for the 11 AM attendance check to collect my bi-hourly bug kill points, but I would—
It's actually insane. It is literally like geopolitics. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's so coordinated too. Like, it's really classic WoW degeneracy and spurgery, like at its finest. It is crazy. Like hourly maintenance, like hourly attendances for like turning in your hive things and everything like that, dude. Holy
certainly
cow.
hit present anyway. I'm not above BKP fraud if it means I get a death sting, and spoiler alert, I get a death sting. Not that anyone was suspecting I was stealing company time anyway, but as long as I'm back in Hive Regal for the 11:30 attendance check, no one should be any the wiser. I'll be 100 gold up, I'll hit the thorium node on respawn, and that'll just be another dub for the boss bitch beekeeper.
Easy.
God, I'm good. Welcome.
Hey.
To Hive Ashy.
Thank you.
Bitch. So we're back in the mine at the Hive. Surreptitiously, I crept through the caves. This place was busy, so I definitely didn't want to be here longer than I had to be. And actually, my target has logged out, so... Ooh, thorium vein. I can't keep getting away with it. Just then, new orders came in. I was now to kill the mage in the back of the Hive. And that's good. Better, even, actually, because let me tell you, you can never get enough practice killing a mage. It's as they say, time saved killing a mage is time saved. Time saved killing...
Killing a mage feels good.
Time spent killing a mage is time saved later. That's a real thing.
Mages.
Look it up. Deftly, I dodged several Alliances as I crept through the Hive to find my new target. And after sneaking past Dragon Tears, something
stupid-ass
I have been very responsible for, I found them, all alone and ripe for the picking in the back of the room. Olmo. I activated Cold Blood for a guaranteed crit and near enough cut the mage's bussy clean off with one swing.
Oh, yes.
The mage attempts a blink getaway, but unfortunately for them, this is a certified solved matchup. And I'm always 10 steps ahead.
That's
like
hot.
that blind, for example. That's to bring out the predictable ice block, all according to plan. Now all I have to do is wait out this ice block.
Barny. Barny, you didn't just vanish a mage in a block. My CDL heart is hurting.
Predict the final blink, and because time always has a way of ending up on my side, I know the mage is going to blink in this direction. Oh, that's not good. I had been bamboozled by the blink, and now with the mage running out of the Hive screaming for help, it would no doubt be mere seconds before everyone collapsed on their location. I activated prep to reset my cooldowns, activated Cold Blood, and sprinted after them. Slowing down the footage, you can see I actually passed right through a Night Elf rogue. As we made it back to the surface, Olmo was allowed one last look at the sunset before I secured that bag. But
Easy.
I wasn't out of the woods yet. A mage with surprisingly good reactions caught me out of my vanish, and with no...
I'm not gonna... You know what? We're not watching a PvP video. I'm not gonna say anything.
My
It's
cooldowns
fine.
and no sprint to escape the Frost Nova. I was a sitting
If that wasn't that moment, what you should have done, you should have gouged the mage, then ran off, right? That would have been way better.
duck. I had to think
Because
fast.
you can't blink the gouge, right? And then you could just like run off and vanish.
Okay, download complete. Check this out.
I like the music though.
Loud dedication. You chased his ass down Limau.
And that was it. A clean hit.
Job done.
No witnesses, an easy 100 gold, and I'd be back in time for registration.
Oh!
But as I made
That's
my
a W.
escape back to Hive Regal for more bug farming, my client did something unexpected. They revealed to me their actual identity, and as it turns out, Nita Hitman was someone I was already quite familiar with.
Introducing Chatu, the human paladin.
Something you need to understand about me is that for every tale I tell you, there's 100 of the exact same nature that go untold. The Barny Beekeeper iceberg runs deep, but you only ever see
my
the
God.
tip on YouTube.
But you can see more at twitch.tv/Barny though. Hey, Asmund.
Asmund reacts that has more views. What the... That is true though. It's fucking ridiculous, man. I've seen some of the Pine videos. Some of Pine's videos, they have like 500,000. Asmund reacts to that video, gets 2 million. It's like 4 times the amount of views. It's so insane. It's like not even fair, man. It's so crazy.
Gold. Give me a host.
Zul'Farrak wasn't the only dungeon I entertainingly struggled through, Hallow's End wasn't the only roleplay event I attended, and Dragon wasn't the only person to meet with a terrible fate several times over. So where does my client fall into all of this, you ask? Well, to cut a long camping story short, I drowned him in Menethil Harbor. Twice. But despite all the many minor inconveniences this guy had suffered at my hands, he had hired my services anyway, and for that, he had my respect. And my daggers. Killing him again, I whispered, and I wasn't gonna get caught this time either. I waited for the Sandstalker to get in melee range, and then I let it rip.
Nothing better than killing a mage, boys.
Despite the Sandstalker stealing my kill in my fucking promos,
all I'm gonna say.
Olmo was dead. Again. And my
good.
client was free to come and take the farm. As they left, Olmo made the foolish decision to revive right on top of his body, and well, it's kind of fucking scrub, to be honest. I'm getting bored. With a couple of freebies secured for my client, and with a warrior now watching over Olmo, it was about time I took my leave and cashed out. All things considered, this had been a very lucrative business trip, and I was ready to return to Hive Regal for more farming. Okay, fine, I'll do one more. But failure was not an option. I was putting my perfect KDA on the line, and in a 2v1 scenario, the stakes had never been higher. I sapped the warrior, ambushed Olmo, but the warrior immediately broke free, and then Olmo ice blocked.
Circle rage, man.
Panic vanish! Just then, BKP attendance was taken, I marked present despite not being present, and was instantly unstealthed by the warrior's demoralizing shout despite resisting it. Instant karma, I can't even be mad. Okay, maybe I should run away. After blowing blind to get the sticky warrior off me, I crawled up the surface making sure to break line of sight so as to prevent the frostbolt bombardment from continuing. My stealth parkour skills came in clutch as I narrowly avoided certain demise at the hand of Olmo's cone of cold, but it was too little too late. I was already out. Yeah, out of fucks to give. Of course I walked right back in there. And unfortunately for Olmo, he had overextended away from their bodyguard. Right onto the end of my cold blood ambush.
Easy.
I walked out of Hive Ashi waving to Nymeria as I left, knowing she wouldn't attack me because, well, that's Nymeria, the only druid I respect. Friend or foe, we go way back. One last thorium vein stolen from these trash idiots and I was out. For real this time. No fake out. I promise. And that's the end of my Hitman story. I took a flight path to Tanaris, put some useless trash on the neutral auction house, and my client purchased them for 100 gold. And of course, I made it back in time for the...
Oh, it's a little colluding, yeah, of course.
11:30 registration. No one was any the wiser of my absence, and I stole the node on respawn from...
I had a Nymeria druid in my guild too. It's a Game of Thrones reference. One of the dogs in Game of Thrones is called Nymeria. That's probably why.
Please go away, Barny.
But I fucking love being a rogue.
That's literally not a spoiler. That's not a fucking spoiler that Arya has a dog called Nymeria. Oh my god. Jesus, it's literally in the first episode. Like, what do you mean?
To me on the peon. Every day, me on the peon wakes up at the crack of dawn to make his daily pilgrimage from Durotar to Silithus. He does this on foot, for he is too poor to afford the public transport, but he does it gladly, and he does it with a smile. The journey is arduous and filled with peril, but who else will take care of the fools down there in Silithus if not for him? Every day, me on the peon wakes up at the crack of dawn to make his daily pilgrimage from Durotar to Silithus
to hand out ice cream. Delicious.
Hug with every cone.
Ask him where he gets
what a nice
it from.
guy.
When I first heard of me on the peon in general chat, I assumed he was just another hallucination, another symptom of the bug brain virus. But then one day I was so hungry. So hot.
Oh man, ice cream sounds so good right now.
In that moment, I cried out.
Dude, I was supposed to buy licorice ice cream yesterday. I didn't buy it, man. Okay, I didn't buy it.
Help me, Meon.
And there he was.
Bad bug, no hurt, Barny.
Aww.
Meon's helping me kill the mob. He had saved my life and came bearing gifts of frozen cream. I thought it only fair to trade a carapace fragment in return.
Now
of course.
Meon can be Bug King.
I don't know if Meon the Peon ever became a Bug King, but he is forever a grobulous hero. And also
honestly, that's what this is what makes Classic so cool. Those random RPers like running around doing random stuff like that. It's the same thing on Kingsfall. You guys know Kingsfall has like a Gerald in the guild in the guild called Rivio. He's just running around RPing like he's slaying monsters and dragons. It's so funny. It makes the world feel like a real world, you know?
The only person the subreddit has ever liked, including me. Like, no one's making nice memes about me, man. All I get is this shit. And it's all fucking true, like... You know how in Minecraft, when the sun goes down, all the monsters come out, and it's just fucking awful? Well, when the sun went down in Silithus, Neki and Baja Blaster would come out to play every night without fail, because as...
That was me and Savix. Me and Savix used to, not every night, but most nights, we would log on together, get in Discord, and then we were 2 rogues. Log on to our 2 rogues, rank 14, and kill people in Silithus, farming their carapaces. That was good times, man.
As it turns out, a certain Collusion King may or may not have placed a hit on me to counteract my attempts to keep the gates closed. Those same rogues that assassinated me at every auction house I attempted to fleece had now resolved to just straight camping me if I left my own hive. It was, in short, a living hell. Fortunately, this is where my enigmatic shaman tank friend, Hanging Haze, comes into the picture. And yes, I said shaman tank, so you already know what kind of player we're dealing with here. Every so often, Hanging Haze sends me mail, and whenever I receive mail from him, I know I'm in for some shit because he seems to exclusively send meme items I've never even seen before. Potions that make you astrally project, dice roll trinkets, and discombobulators are all par for the course when Hanging Haze is involved. Hell, even recently in TBC, he gifted me 2 rings which have a chance to freeze your attacker for several seconds, and urged me to do arena with both equipped. Great idea, by the way. So when he heard I was being camped on the daily, or nightly I guess, he did what every good shaman friend would do. He gifted me the portals deck. Dearest Barny...
Oh, that's the one I can rescue when you die, right?
Beekeeper, I won't always be there to guard you, blah blah blah, so please do me a favor, keep this trinket with you. They say if you ever fall in battle, this card can bring you back from the Shadowlands. If you're lucky enough, that is.
Yep.
Now, whilst the trinket doesn't always work, it has absolutely turned the tide of battle more times than I can even count at this point. The item description says it's only a 10% reincarnation rate, but this item procs so much for me, I don't think I will ever go anywhere without it again. Rule 1 of being a rogue is don't fucking die, and with this trinket, I'm unstoppable. Oh my god, there's someone at my front door. They definitely just heard that. Oh my god. No,
Oh god.
Okay, thank you. Oh my god! The delivery person heard it!
Dude, I hate living in an apartment as a streamer too, man. I know that way too well, dude. If I'm sitting here like screaming, yelling... We just dropped 200 subs, by the way. I think this apocalypse is happening. Yeah, I think it's actually today it's happening, boys. Well, get prepared for a lot of drops today and subs. We're gonna fall down a lot today. Stream is dying, guys. I'm gonna have to apply for McDonald's soon, okay? But It was good while it lasted. Maybe that streamer house is a little bit far away, you know, but it is what it is. Let's keep watching. Just don't worry about that number, guys. It's gonna keep going down. It's one of those things. It's fine. Thank you, Smulut, for the prime. Smulut, thank you for the prime, man. Welcome back. Welcome, man. Thank you. Yeah, Subapocalypse is happening.
Deep underground in Hive Regal, you don't really hear much of the outside world, save for the incessant nonsense in the general chat and Uber Danger's completely clapped Google Pixel phone mic.
I think I fixed it.
Okay.
What? What is happening?
John, I think you're going through a tunnel. I think I'm losing you.
Shut your mouth up.
Yo, Opalga. Thank you. Opalga, thank you for the prime as well. Thank you.
But when there's a rat around, you don't need to hear it, to feel it. Also, it helps when people literally just come up to you and say,
"There's a big rat upstairs barn."
According to one of my busy bees, a druid had set up camp outside our hive, taking our surface spawns and selling our fragments off to the highest bidder. The bastard. I would have to pay a visit to the Goof Hive to hire an assassin. It was shaping up to be just another day in Silithus.
I'm not in danger,
Until I found out who the druid was. Keshmu.
Oh.
Where's Keshmu? Need eyes on him. You see him? Please tell me.
Oh, I see him all the time. Hard to miss on that tiger.
This druid secured their spot in the grobulous halls of infamy when they, allegedly, committed one of the worst crimes you can commit in World of Warcraft Classic Edition for the PC.
Thank you.
Ninjaing the tiger mount from Zul'Gurub. For those who don't know, the list of rarest obtainable mounts in Classic goes a little something like this. And I'm leaving the SCARAB Lord mount off this list, so untype that comment, you fucking loser. At the bottom, you have your complete basic Pistol racial mounts, the slow and fast variations. I'm not explaining what these are. Above those are the Warlock and
Brad, thank you for the prime. Thank you, Brad.
Paladin special quest class mounts. Who wrote this fucking script? Side note, the Paladin mount is technically rarer than the Warlock mount because in Classic only the Alliance can play Paladin, so therefore there's less of them. You see what I'm saying? Above those are the PvP war mounts, which require rank 11 to purchase, which isn't terribly difficult to obtain, but it's definitely...
Yeah, those mounts are pretty easy. It's not that hard to get rank 11, honestly. Brady, Mans, thank you for the prime, though. Thank you.
A time sink. And then above those is the Winter Spring Frost Saber, a mount which can only be obtained by the Alliance
Fringe.
And requires completion of a tedious hand-in based rep farm which has you kill specific mobs in a highly...
I farmed this back in vanilla, and then when I got exalted, I realized it was an Alliance-only mount.
contested zone. That sounds familiar. And then above that is the Death Charger, a 1% drop from Baron Rivendare, the final boss of the endgame dungeon Stratholm. And then finally...
Listen, I was a kid.
I reckon you better suck these balls.
Okay, I was a kid, man, okay?
We have the Zul'Gurub mounts, the rarest obtainable mounts in Classic. Again, not including SCARAB Lord mount. Don't type that comment, you're so dumb. These are, of course, 1% drops from High Priest Thekal and Bloodlord Manakir within the Zul'Gurub raid, but their rarity is only half the reason why they're so coveted. For the Alliance, the Swift Razashi Raptor is the only raptor they can obtain in the game, and inversely, the Swift Zulian Tiger is the only tiger mount the Horde can ride. So you can see why ninjaing one of these mounts would be a pretty big deal, especially if it was the tiger mount ninjaed from a Horde raid group. But despite the ninja allegations, the final verdict was that Keshmu was innocent because, technically, he didn't really steal it. The loot just timed out in his bag because he was the master looter in a ZG GDKP. Now, I personally have never been to a ZG GDKP, which took longer than
I'm surprised Barney didn't mention Strat Undead, like the Strat mount. That's like the most rare. I think on it, no meme, there is fewer, in Classic, there's fewer people with Strat Undead mounts than... Oh, he did? There's fewer people in Classic with the Strat Undead mount than the SCARAB Lord.
45 minutes?
True.
So you're telling me this group took more than 2 hours after killing the Tiger Boss? Sus. There are whispers and rumors on the wind that Keshmu secretly sabotaged the raid to encourage the loot timer to run out before they were done. But I digress. This isn't even my beef with Keshmu to begin with. It's not my mount. It's not my problem. I don't care. The tiger mount looks awful anyway, if you ask me. Also, every time I go to ZG on stream, both mounts seem to drop anyway. Like, wow, you guys...
How lucky are you, Barney? I've literally farmed CG every single week, entirety of Classic WoW. Every 3 days, I would do a CG run, and I've seen it one time. And the one time I saw it dropped, I rolled a 3. What? Barney has to be the luckiest person in the goddamn world.
You guys are really missing out. Twitch.tv/Barny. I'm gonna keep plugging my stream until you show up. No, you see, my beef with Keishmu goes back. Way back. Back before SCARAB, back before I was even raiding, back before people had even taken notice of my superior World of Warcraft content. My beef goes back to...
Scholarman's Horror Stories.
I had just failed to complete a lower Blackrock Spire run after...
Classic is over 3 years ago now.
A hunter had ninja looted the robe of the Archmage pattern away from the group's mage. The group's mage was also the person that brought the healer and tank with him, so it was GG no re. I hearthed to Kargath, invited a friend from guild who was looking to start a dungeon, and this is where our story begins. Now, because I'm actually trying to finish these fucking dungeons, I had the genius idea to get everyone to say they agree to not needing on BOEs unless they're an actual upgrade before the run would even begin. That way, if someone did ninja something, I would have the evidence necessary to put their reputation in the mud. With an idea this good, nothing could possibly go wrong.
Sure, I agree. Smiley face.
After a brief discussion on where we each needed to go, we settled on Scholarments, and I jumped into looking for group to fill the party. Less than 10 minutes later, the job was already done because, man, Phase 1 WoW Classic was... Oh, what a magical time to be a gamer. And each and every party member has agreed to my no needing on BOEs that aren't an upgrade for your class rules, so this is gonna be really good. Betrayal joins the party. Another 10 minutes pass, and I show up to Scholarments alongside the
literally called Betrayal.
And the shaman with my patented God, I fucking love being a rogue move. I unlock the door, which is lucky because no one else in this party actually had...
Rogue is a badass class in Classic, man.
The key to the door. Without me, entrance to this dungeon would require completion of a 5-part quest chain, a quest chain which requires completion of another separate quest chain to even begin. It's like a 3-hour ordeal. I've never done it. I play rogue. But what can I say? I came prepared with max lockpicking because I'm a team player. These gamers were lucky to have ended up in my group. Some more than others. We summon the rest of the group and head inside for what would unravel to be one of the smoothest dungeon experiences I had had up to this point in the game. I mean, this shaman was dropping Wind Fury. I already poisoned my main hand though. Without a single death, we cleared the first...
Yeah, you can't remove poisons of your weapons in Classic. You can't click them off. So if you put poison on your main hand, you put poison on your main hand and it's not going off. So you're kind of fucked if you do that.
Room, the mini-boss, the second room, the secret blood ritual boss, and the third room. I don't think I've ever been in a dungeon group this good. Even when clearing out the basement, the uncontested worst part of the dungeon, we didn't flinch. 9 parties out of 10 might skip this room and its boss, but not us.
They're gaming.
For we were 5 Chad Alpha hardcore WoW gamers in their prime, ahead of the curve and thriving. We took that momentum and plowed through the hatchery and into Rattlegaw's domain. This trash is known to slap, but I slap harder, bitch. I learned it from my parents. And then my Shadowcraft boots dropped. For those not in the know, these boots are part of the rogue class-specific dungeon set, which, after collecting every piece and doing a long quest chain, eventually upgrades into the Dark Mantle set, which is just completely broken. I roll a 100 and win the boots. This is my first ever time in Scholarments.
Barney, you have a goddamn RP,
which is just completely broken. I roll a 100.
Dude, they have it like a RP, like goddamn, like
100 and win the boots. This is my first ever time in Scholarments. A terrible omen. You see, I hadn't figured this out back then, but good luck and bad luck are actually the same thing. It's all just relative to your perspective. Shadowcraft boots on my first Scholarments was very lucky. Shadowcraft chest on my 206th Upper Blackrock Spire run was also very lucky when you really think about it. In the naive pursuit of good luck, I have cursed myself forevermore. I got what I wanted, and now it is all I can do but to bear witness to my fate and smile. Nice little upgrade. Oh, I was so naive back then. I wish there was some way to go back in time to warn you. I really do.
Yep.
I'm so undeserving of what's about to happen.
Alcor, technically, Alcor Sunracer is actually not a great weapon for Rogue, but it's okay.
Alcor's Sunracer dropped. The Phase 1 pre-raid offhand biss for Dagger Rogues. Outside of...
Yeah, I mean, it's not bad, but the thing is... Okay, I'm sorry, I'm sparking out. It's not bad, but the thing is, man, it's fire damage, right? So for PvP, it's pretty okay, but the fire damage proc kind of messes up with your gouges sometimes, and it's also like a little bit, whenever you go into like Black-Green Lair, not Black-Green Lair, but like Molten Core, a lot of the mobs are actually like immune to fire, so it's not that great, right? But I think if I were to farm Priebus, I don't think it would be bad getting an Alcors, but I would probably prefer giving it to like a warrior tank or something like that. And then me, I could probably get like a Bone Scraper, or maybe even, you know, Bone Scraper is probably fine, I think, and I would go with that because you get attack power as well, right? So it's one of those things. It's not a bad weapon though.
Literally doesn't get better than this. So why am I wielding 2 Gutgore Rippers now, you might be wondering?
I don't know.
Because you got snubbed on Corehound Tooth, Perdition's Blade for 10 months straight across 2 guilds, and everyone that actually ended up with those weapons quit or just couldn't outperform you. That's actually why.
That's how it happens, man.
What were you saying? No, I have double Gutgore Ripper right now because even though I had the entire party in 4K, well, 720p,
it's a really bad combo.
1080p, agreeing to not need on any BOEs unless they were a legitimate upgrade for your class. They all needed on the fucking dagger anyway. You all needing on this is...
The thing is though, dude, this weapon sells for so much. Phase 1 of Classic, this is like a 1k gold item. That's like an epic mount. You know, like, honestly, I don't blame people for needing on that, dude. It is what it is, right? Like, it's how it goes, dude, you know?
Bullshit.
It's a BOE epic. You cannot expect that from people.
I can expect it if you agreed to it prior to coming. The rolls went out, and if it wasn't for that damn druid Keishmu, I would have won. And this is where I started huffing the copium. I hadn't just been injured. Keishmu's a guildie. We've been in so many dungeon runs together. He wouldn't throw me under the bus for 500 gold.
Oh, Barney even opened trade. Oh no, you didn't do that.
Would he? As it turns out, yes, he would. The team cleared the rest of the dungeon as I sat completely shook, crying in the corner like a little bitch. When the dungeon was done, I checked the auction house right away, and there it was. My dagger.
450.
This ends bad for you. Keishmu made a mistake fucking over an undead that day because, as with every Forsaken, I do not forgive. And I do not forget. 307 days later, I would have my revenge.
Okay.
Did you think I had forgotten?
I like that.
Did you think
that's a good reference?
I had forgiven? Behold now
Wrathgate.
The terrible vengeance of the Beekeeper!
That rogue.
And death to the druids!
This isn't over.
You're right.
That's so good.
I had Keishmu camped all day until he eventually went to bed. In hindsight, I wish I got more shots of his ass getting lit up.
I told you you would regret ninjaing my shit. Dude, Barney is out of control.
But, well, time was running out. There's more filler, I promise. He offered to get me in on a DoorDash delivery scam, and all he needed was my address. Yeah, okay. But Barney, it's your turn. You're up. Time to farm more bugs.
Meeting with the gym, okay?
Alright, this isn't gonna be easy to say to you. I mean, you're not stupid, but you know, it's really not looking good for you. With Hayes finishing in the next 30 minutes, we gotta move on to his quest line, so most of the guild's gonna leave the zone. And that's basically gonna be you, the rats, and whatever else is left out there that cares about you getting SCARAB Lord. Looks like a bunch of mages that barely know how to drop a blizzard on the ground. I mean, it's pretty hard to play a one-button class, but they make it look really hard. The presence you're gonna have in Solstice once Hayes moves out is probably not substantial enough to carry you through where you want to get it. I can't keep people out farming imaginary bug kill points. At some point, they're gonna realize that it's a big scam, and they're gonna drop out. So you just letting you know if you're serious about this, which I know you are.
Oh
you're
no!
Really, really serious about this. You gotta make something radical happen.
He was right. It wasn't.
So he's basically to tell him, lol, do it yourself.
Looking good. But I already knew that. Hell, it wasn't looking good 3 weeks ago when I was 18th on the list, let alone today when it's the start of my farm 48 hours before the gates open. However, a few days ago, an ingenious epiphany struck me. With the war effort now complete, I was once again left with a simply obscene amount of gold laying around that no longer has a purpose. I was also left with...
You can buy labor. What Barney needs to do is needs to buy labor. You know, buy people's time. I think that's what Joker did. When Joker was farming for SCARAB Lord, he didn't have a guild, but he just bought people's time, you know? So, I mean, it works.
with a zone full of fragments selling rats with a dwindling buyer's market. Quick timeline check. It's currently August 16th. Every single guild who isn't Final Boss or Goof has vacated Silithus days ago. I am the only SCARAB Lord target left on the server. The market price for a carapace fragment has fallen from a peak of 4.12 gold to sub 1 gold depending on your buyer. Yesterday, I personally bought out the last remaining farming guild, Horde Mafia, of their 7,200 fragment stockpile for 75 silver each, so I could execute the final part of my plan, monopolizing Silithus. You see, anyone now left in Silithus not in Final Boss or Goof is farming fragments in the hopes of selling them off to the highest bidder. However, with me as literally the only buyer left on the server, I now have the monopoly on the fragments. 50 silver is the only price. If you had stockpiled fragments, you were forced to either sell them to me or go fuck yourself. Those fragments are going to be vendor trash tomorrow, so I think we both know what you're going to do. If you wanted to keep farming, well, you could make up to 2 gold per mob kill, which is still a way better gold farm than pretty much anywhere else. A fair wage for a fair job. But even with this in mind, my guild leader was right. It wasn't looking good. I currently have less than 48 hours to not only finish my entire bug farm, but then also, you know, do the rest of the quest. Yes, this is just the 3rd quest of 32. It's really not looking good. I put 5,400 gold into 7,200 fragments, and that's still barely a dent in the 42,000 total.
That's a lot of gold. 5k gold in phase 4 of phase 5 of classic. 4, 5, whatever, AQ. That's a lot.
Fragments I need to finish my bug farm, and with only about 5,000 gold left, at this rate I would go broke before I'd even be halfway done. But let's say I did it. Let's say I spent all my gold and I'm about halfway done. Could I finish my bug farm in a reasonable time frame? Warning! Well, there's around 300 possible bug spawns on the map. They have a respawn timer of at most 15 minutes, and you can safely assume you'll get an average of 2 fragments per kill. So with these things in mind, if you work at peak AoE efficiency across the entire map, and this is assuming there's no PvP, there's no interruption, and then nothing else is going on, you can get 2,400 fragments per hour. So let's say I only need 21,000 fragments because I'm halfway through, and we work at half of the peak possible efficiency and get 1,200 fragments an hour. I could technically finish my bug farm in 17 hours, which would then leave 31 hours for the rest of the quest, yeah, right, and 0 hours for sleep. It could work. However, most guildies were burnt out from farming. They had left Silithus to help Hayes with his questline, and they probably weren't coming back. I was left with a bunch of mages and shamans, and respectfully speaking, the mages were single target Andes used to raiding. If I wanted them efficiently AoE farming the now mostly barren Silithus, I was going to have to teach them how to do it. But I don't play mage, and I really don't have the time to learn, which means I am left no choice.
Classic is like... It's a great game, but there is a lot of really, really long, tedious grinds. I cannot believe still that Classic was considered like a casual MMO when it was released compared to other ones, you know? It's ridiculous.
I am drawn to this place. I know things about it now. Things I shouldn't have seen. Things I should not know. Things I will now show you, like the secret entrance to the Caverns of Time. Wow! But that is not the only thing. Have you ever thought about how your life could have been different had you made alternate decisions at key moments in your life? Would you be happier, richer, more fulfilled had you chosen another path? Or would you be worse off? I think about this a lot. I think about them a lot. Man, what the fuck? The Caverns of Time holds the entrance to every timeline and every reality that could ever exist. But in the pursuit of forbidden knowledge, sacrifices will be made one way or another. I don't know if this is going to work, but the theory is airtight, and I'm really left no choice. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
It's time.
So how is Barny gonna do this? Oh, all the way back to the beginning.
What you are witnessing here is a level 59 undead mage, 3 experience points away from level 60, about to enter Ironforge for the first time. And what better way to ding 60 than to parkour up the side of a giant mountain, drop down onto this unsuspecting level 8 night elf, and palm pyro him to the Shadow Realm? God, I fucking love being a mage. My class was quite a tough choice because I had to battle the temptation to pick rogue. And with OP stealth, OP damage, opening lockboxes, and objectively the best PvP experience due to busted no fun allowed combos, you're probably wondering, why did I pick mage? Well,
rogue is balanced, okay? I don't hear anything about it, okay? Rogue is balanced.
Because I want to be this guy.
It actually is.
This guy. And this guy. And this guy. Why stop at just one mage when I can multi-box an army? Why hug dungeons when I can just pull the entire thing by myself? Why level in a group when I can just be the group? God, I fucking love being a mage, and I am all bad.
Mages are so broken, man.
It's on sight. All of you are nothing. You are all nothing. Nothing. Quest for the carrot on a stick, a trinket that gives 3% bonus move speed, but that's for idiots that didn't pick mage, am I right? Hello? I can teleport.
Stupid mage.
And if you think I'm attending this roleplay event instead of farming gold, how did I get epic rat amounts for all my mages? I have but one goal. As many Scarab Lords as possible. All for myself. Who could stop me? Who could possibly stop me? Oh, that's not good.
Oh! It's like Matrix, man. Mr. Smith.
You know, there was a part of me that thought maybe you would be smart enough to just not show up. Well, you know me.
Shut up.
Yeah, we're not gonna need any talking from you. See, I know why you're here, and you know I know why you're here, and I know you know that we've both seen this timeline play out, so before I kill you, let me ask you this. Why are you here? Alas, a rhetorical question I don't need an answer to because I already know the answer. Instead of not coming here and not dying like you could have done, you came here intentionally to die for one reason. Because you were never going to get Scarab Lord in the first place, were you? You already saw it way back way back then. And yet you still made all this fuss over it. All those empty promises. Oh, the sand really did make you delusional, didn't it? You saw the successful timelines and thought, why not?
You guys are ugly and fat. Guzu, stop! Relax!
Even though you knew from the start you were destined for failure. It would be admirable if it wasn't so fucking pathetic. So now you've come here to die like a coward in another timeline so that you might disappear a legend in your own and not have to face your own failure. God, you really are from the worst timeline, huh? Well, don't worry, little rogue. I promise, I'm achieving your dreams, our dreams, 100-fold. Every farming spot in the game is capped by me. Every dungeon booster is me. No mage can possibly hope to outbid me in any GDKP because I am the economy. And don't worry about me getting Scarab Lord. I've already farmed 50 scepters because I am Silithus. Even now as we speak, I'm efficiently farming all 3 hives and the spire. No one can stand against me. I am fully self-sufficient. The perfect single-player experience. Welcome to my world of Warcraft. And goodbye. And so ends the tale of Barny Beekeeper, the rogue who ran out of time.
What?
But as for me, well, I still have Scarab Lords to farm. Which means all of you should have hearthed already.
Oh.
You know, you guys used to be a lot more responsive. Now you're just fucking useless. You're just useless. If I wasn't here, you would fall apart. And I suppose I better go check and see if they actually buried the dragon like I commanded them to. You just can't get the staff these days. I fucking hate it here. I hate it here, actually.
This alternate Barny is a little
Dearest Barny Beekeeper, I won't always be there to guard you, and the ancestors foretell you'll keep fighting even if I'm not there to heal. So please do me a favor and keep this trinket with you. They say if you ever fall in battle, this card can bring you back from the Shadowlands. If you're lucky enough, that is.
Yo!
What? How are you still alive?
Yo!
Stay back! Get away from me!
No way!
I'm warning you!
Oh! The Sansa! The Sansa reflect!
You want to know something, Mage Me? I am weak. If I try to solo even one elite mob in Silithus, I have to use all my cooldowns, and even then I barely survive. But you know what makes it easier?
Let's go.
My friends. Cringe. See, whilst you were at home studying the arcane, I was out partying on the overworld, in dungeons, at roleplay events, socializing.
Cringe!
You've spent so much time alone that I bet you don't even know what a Wind Fury totem does, or what a chain heal feels like, am I right? My shaman always has my back, even if they're not here. But where are your mages now, huh? You sent them off to farm more meaningless gold so you can continue the loop of doing everything by yourself, and for what? So we're not meant to be able to do everything alone and on demand. The social aspect is part of the experience. The tedium of forming a group. The shitters, the leavers, the egos, the ninjas, and overcoming it all anyway. That's the point. That is the world of Warcraft, and the world isn't a perfect place. You can't always have your way, and sometimes things go wrong. But is victory even worth chasing if there's no struggle? This is so cringe. Oh god, is this how I sounded when I was monologuing to you? Oh, come now, don't try to hide from the truth, Barney. We've always been cringe. No.
Yep.
No, I am...
You've been cringe all along. Dude.
Based on what?
Wait, Kuman?
Thank you, stranger. With the horrible mage dead, my spirit can finally rest. Goodbye.
He killed Kuman? That's just messed up. I'm sorry, Kuman. I couldn't save you in this timeline. Oh, but you're not sorry you couldn't save me, huh? Why is there so many characters in this scene? Oh, it's me as a priest. Wait, a healer?
What?
Oh, I'm actually offended. No, I'm Shadow. Oh, that makes more sense. Wait, Shadow in Classic? Yikes. Okay, so I guess you're the rude one. Oh, that's how he silenced me. Yes, it's as we all theorized. Consuming the brain matter of yourself from another timeline grants you their memories. Which means if you eat his brain, you'll be able to understand mage stuff. I'll be able to lead my army of frost. Okay, Lich King, just interrupt me, I guess. You know what? You'll figure it out. My spirit is finally at peace, so I'm going. Bye. Dickhead.
What is happening?
Oh, I like that guy. Okay, here I go cannibalizing again.
I don't even know what's happening anymore, man. We're like some alternate timeline. Okay.
Wait, it's that easy? It's that easy? I broke time for this knowledge. Oh my god. What? And so I left the mage timeline with my forbidden arcane intellect. And I'm like really smart now, you guys. Like, did you know that these mages aren't actually conjuring fire or ice? Yeah, that fireball, that's just arcane, but it's really hot. That frostbolt, that's just arcane. It's just really cold. They're huge fucking frauds. You think that's food you're eating? Okay, I should probably teach these fucking mages how to play. I gathered all the mages inside my hive, and lo, did I part with my forbidden AoE farming techniques that I definitely got from eating the brain of me from another timeline and not from Pint. Not from Pint.
Nova? Blizzard?
Yep.
Arcane explosion.
Okay. Now, is there a way that you might be able to simplify that? Just, not for me, but, you know, for these guys.
I like that it's like Pint editing now. I think that's good. That's a good touch.
Hello? It was a lot to take in. Some of these mages were a natural. Some of these mages were clowns. And some of these mages didn't make it at all. But after the AoE training was complete, my army of frost was ready. 48 hours left. It was time to farm bugs.
Bark brain. Bark brain. Bark brain. Bark brain. Really good songs in this video. I like it. Dude, Barney's farming hardcore bugs here. Easy. Hostile. 8k more. 6k more, sorry. Oh, that's so satisfying. 23 left. Dude! Barney's done! Let's go!
Guys?
Oh.
I might have miscounted.
How many more do you need?
We need 97 more.
Oh.
Let's go, Ashy. Let's go, people.
That happens. Hey, yo. We all make mistakes. It's how it goes, you know, with these kind of things. And now the quest chain begins.
Let's fucking go! 19 hours later, we had finished my bug farm. When I started this journey some 3 weeks ago, I honestly never expected to even have a shot at attempting the rep grind, let alone finish it. But here I stood, the 46th and final person on Grobulus who would finish their rep farm before the gates would open. Speaking of the gates, they're due to open in 29 hours, and, well, I mean, you can see the video length. Are you gonna make me spell this out? Yes? Okay, firstly, I haven't slept since, I don't know, there are still 29 quests to do, and whilst the bug farm section is by far the longest, hardest part of the quest chain, most of these quests still need a large raid group to complete, especially the parts of the quest that actually have you going into the raid's Molten Core and Blackwing Lair and beating the raid. Furthermore, my guild had fully completed 10 Scarab Lords at this point, which meant pretty much everyone had used their weekly raiding lockouts assisting those targets. They wouldn't be able to help me even if they wanted to.
Oh no.
So, this is, unfortunately, where my Scarab Lord story ends.
No.
Is what I would say if I was a bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you forget who you were watching? I made a promise that I was gonna see this event through to the very end.
Yeah, do a
and
park,
those
man. Let's
gates
go.
are not open yet. 29 hours, 29 quests, 0 hours sleep, because that's
1 quest
my
per hour.
ninja
You do
way.
No! Tomorrow. Wait, actually tomorrow?
Subscribe right now. Subscribe. Let's watch my stream. Patreon. Like the video.
Yes, I will. Master Barney, I shall like the video. Wait, so it actually comes out tomorrow? I was just about to say, like, we're gonna wait a whole nother year for the next video then, whenever Barney decides to make the new one. Yo, good video. Oh my god, that was so good. That is such a, like, that's almost like watching a movie, man. Like, it's crazy the amount of effort Barney has put into making this series. I mean, you can tell by how long it's took to make it, right? But I'll link the video in the chat, guys. Please go give it a like. Please go sub to Barney. They make amazing, amazing, amazing videos. It's really, really cool. I am very excited to see how that's gonna end.